A year ago, a supermoon triggered a global event that can occur several times a year, affecting over 1 billion people who have now transformed into werewolves. A doctor is working on an antidote and suggests that no one goes outside tonight and puts themselves at risk because of the supermoon. Now we meet Lucy and Emma, who made cupcakes for her deceased husband and father, Chen. Wesley is preparing traps for tonight for the werewolves and is also setting up cameras to monitor everything safely, while his friend Cody is practicing shooting. Meanwhile, Reagan visits Lucy, who gives her extra equipment for tonight. Then Wesley arrives and tells them to stay home and follow the rules, which absolutely prohibit going outside or letting anyone in, and to lock all doors and windows. Wesley is the leader of the Global Rapid Response Team and part of the doctor team with others who will conduct an experiment tonight related to the serum called Moonscreen, as it's the only hope to see if this mutation can be blocked. After that, they prepare and go to a facility where they set up 4 subjects for the experiment. One of them is Miles, Dr. Chen's life partner, who is part of this project. There are 30 minutes left until canopy retraction, and Wesley is preparing for it while the team members are visibly nervous. There are 3 male subjects and 1 female. Now they are putting liquid in their eyes to protect them from the supermoon, and afterwards they apply a spray. The female subject protests and refuses to participate because she fears transforming into a werewolf, while the 2 males can hardly wait to turn. After the countdown, the roof lifts, and all subjects are exposed to the supermoon, but no one transforms, indicating that the serum works. Everyone is happy, and the doctor wants to perform additional tests to see if they exhibit any abnormalities. However, those outside have already transformed, and their sounds are heard as Lucy goes to check the cameras to see what is happening outside. In the neighborhood, at Reagan's, someone is heard entering with a growl that increases in the background behind her. Back in the lab, the doctor checks the results, and something unusual happens, a supermoon mutation in the cells. At that moment, one of the subjects starts to transform, and they prepare the formula to spray on him unsuccessfully because he breaks free, and the others slowly begin to transform, creating chaos and panic. As they transform, the laboratory collapses, and everyone is ordered to leave the room as it is no longer safe. However, the doctor has fallen, and his suit is ripped, leaving him exposed, and he starts to transform while staff search for a tranquilizer. But it is already too late, and he, now a werewolf, injures one of their scientists who is struggling to breathe. Soldiers are ready to fire, but the werewolf takes them out one by one. All the staff move to the emergency exit, and Wesley helps one of them while Chen joins them. The door that secures their exit is blocked and appears to be trapped by the werewolf, and as he approaches, the door opens, allowing them to remain safe. But despite this, their friend loses his life due to a severe injury. Now Chen searches for Miles, but Wesley tells him that he has already transformed and that it's too late. There are no guards or anyone left, so Wesley suggests they move on as these doors won't stop them. Their plan is to exit with guns and apply the formula to themselves to be temporarily safe from the supermoon. Back at home, Lucy notices some movement near the house, and Cody spots a werewolf in the tree outside and starts shooting. However, this proves ineffective as someone breaks through the window, and the moon shines on him, starting his transformation into a werewolf. Wesley and Chen gather equipment and weapons back at the lab. They exit and take a car, during which Wesley calls Lucy on the phone to check on them. She is upset due to the noise outside, and they tell her to calm down. However, she now sees someone at the gate asking for help, and it is Reagan. Wesley tells her not to under any circumstances open the gate, but Lucy is ready, and just as she's about to open it, Reagan is already a target, and Wesley crashes the car into a bus, cutting off their connection. Emma joins her, after which she goes into her fort with headphones on. After the car accident, they manage to get out of the vehicle and proceed cautiously, noticing a werewolf on the street in front of them and quietly sneaking around with the gun pointed in every direction. Soon more werewolves appear on both sides around them, making them an easy target, so they crouch under the car while the werewolves lurk around. After they come out, they see that their formula is about to expire, and they must get inside. They are spotted by the werewolves and find a spot by the gate, which closes quickly, allowing them to enter safely. But this is not just any place. It is a sanctuary for a certain group of people who have settled here and do not want their presence. Wesley says they will leave. They just need a tunnel entrance, which is provided. And moving on, they reach a locked entrance where they hear a growl behind them that surprises both of them. A werewolf grabs Wesley, who manages to stab the werewolf, killing it. Chen helps him to get on his feet, and they continue on. They open the door showing the supermoon, and now they need to reapply the formula, but the device is too hot and it's dangerous to use, so they take a different type of protection and break into the next place, triggering an alarm that creates loud noise. Wesley puts the device to cool down and goes to the restroom to take a moment for himself and refresh. Then he returns to Chen and says that there is no one here except his brother's family. At that moment, they hear a sound nearby, which Wesley investigates and sees a child who has transformed and is approaching him. He warns him and doesn't want to shoot, so Chen uses a taser. Back at his brother's family inside, they are no longer safe as they are surrounded by werewolves that are banging on the fence, and Lucy is ready with a shotgun. However, the werewolves break down the fence and the electricity goes out. Emma helps Lucy set up lights in every room while the werewolves enter the yard, and one of them is already inside the house above. Meanwhile, Wesley and Chen advance further, where they find others, a strange team fully armed that attacks the werewolves. They decide to reveal themselves, and this team thinks they were exposed to the supermoon and doesn't believe in the formula. At that moment, a werewolf attacks, and gunfire erupts as they flee behind a car. But the werewolves form a circle, and they have nowhere to go, so Chen steps in front of them, saying they forgot one human, and a werewolf hits her in the stomach. Then they start screaming at each other's faces, and Wesley surprises them with a weapon, firing bullets. After they scare them off, they get into a car, but not Chen, who is grabbed in front of the door, and Wesley goes to Lucy, who grabs a knife and gives her daughter spray while the werewolves enter the house, and they flee into a room that seems safe and hide. At that moment, Wesley draws the attention of the others by running them over one by one, while the last one jumps onto the car, and they are no longer safe as the werewolf finds them. Emma uses the spray while Lucy approaches with a knife and gets pushed back. Emma attacks alone, giving Lucy a chance for a final strike. After that, Wesley finally enters the house, and now they are all together. However, the threat is not over, and the house can no longer withstand it, with 15 minutes left until the supermoon takes effect. So Wesley decides to expose himself to the supermoon and transform, where his transformation begins, and he battles the fellow werewolf. However, it doesn't last long as Wesley rips his head off already. At the same time, Emma hides in the closet while Lucy prepares ammunition since Wesley is at the door but does not look friendly like before. He breaks through the last part of the house and enters inside while Lucy tries to calm him down to remember who he is and that his family loves him. But Wesley roars, throwing Lucy to the ground, who has him in her sights, and, despite not wanting to shoot, the mother is ready to protect her daughter. Just as she is about to pull the trigger, she hears the alarm signaling that the time for the supermoon is over, and she shoots out a part of the window that reveals the moon, returning Wesley to his original form as Emma joins them.